G'day. Today I was going to brew. I was going to use my Fermentosaurus again. I haven't used it for a while. And I put some Starsen in it, as you can see, and I went to hook up some gas to it just to make, pump the Starsen through the floating pickup tube, just to make sure it was all clean and stuff. And I found a problem with my CO2 cylinder. Now, the last time I used it was to charge up a keg in this fridge here, and it was fine. But either me or the kids or someone's bumped one of the gauges. Probably, I could blame the kids. It was probably me. But anyway, I thought that was a problem. It's just here. I took the gauge off. It looks a bit wonky now, but and put some new tape on and tightened it up, and it wasn't that. I'll just turn those elements off because you can hear them. Now, I was getting some strange noises out of this last time I used it, and I thought the diaphragm was sticking, or it'd sort of pop, and then it'd come back. I don't do it, it'd come back good. I just thought it was something with the diaphragm sticking. It might need to clean or something, even though I'm pretty sure I haven't got beer in it before. And it's just sort of started happening out of the blue. Now, this is quite old regulator. Maybe it's just age. But as I gave it some gas, you can hear it's leaking there. And it sounds like it's coming out of the reg. So I don't know, I mean the dial, not the join though, which is strange. It must have bust. So whatever noise I was hearing, maybe it wasn't this, maybe it was this, maybe it's a combination of both. I don't know, but because I want to try to brew today, I might have to leave it till tomorrow by the time I'm mucking around with this. I want to get it fixed quick. Now, this is just a total fluke. Believe this or not, it was a total fluke. About 2 weeks ago, I got one of the new Kegland regulators, the Mark 4. So I thought, instead of stuffing around with that, I don't have the time to problem shoot and clean and all that sort of thing. I might give it a go. They're nice looking regs. I've only had it out to have a quick look. What does it say? Quality made with large diaphragm, multi-gas compatible, high accuracy seat and seat cap assembly, compatible with duo type fittings, which is their push-ins. They're supposed to be a step up from John Guest. I haven't tried these before either. This wasn't. I got this with the blow tie thing. We'll talk about that later anyway. Anyway, that fits on. Apparently fits on there. You unscrew your outlet and screw that duo type one on. So you've just got a push-in fitting if ever you need to take it off for some reason. It's a bit easier. What else does it say? M6 mounting options for easy mounting, which is they have some holes in the back there where you can screw things in, so you can screw that on a wall, or you can get guards for them. I was going to wait till I got a guard to do a video on this, but I haven't got one yet. But as I said, today's sort of an emergency, and this will do fine. What else does it say? Colour-coded safety pressure relief valves. These are the pressure relief valves. You can get them set for different temps, different pressures I should say, just for safety or whatever purpose you intend on using it for. I'm just going to stick with the one that came with it. Double filtration for reliable performance, high quality machine seat and seat cap, gauge guards available, etc. So anyway, it's a nice solid feeling regulator. I'll give you a close look. It's got good these rubber things which might help and stop my breaking gauges. Not that I've knocked this tank over, I don't know what's happened here, but something's gone wrong. Could be age, could be anything. It does have the knob, of course. That just should screw in like that. I'm not sure which thread it is. Normal thread. There's your pressure knob. Of course, if you're not used to regulators, out is off. Screwed right in is on. Whenever you're trying to put these on a bottle or something, make sure you've got it out. Even leave it off if you're not sure. But as long as it's just loose like that, you should be fine. Otherwise, you'll have gas shooting out. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm about to find out if I can just screw, instead of having to put a new, today, put a hose on, clamp it, clamp on a new gas quick disconnect on the other end. I'm going to try and see if this fitting matches the old fitting off the old Keg King regulator. Just going to take this off. I'll see if it fits. I'm not sure it will, but we'll have a look. Hopefully it does. Saves me a bit of work. Yeah, there we go. That looks like it fits. Now don't expect a seal on these ones. Don't look for a seal because there isn't one. It's metal on metal, but it works. Okay, I'm not going to buggerise much around with anything else. That there, if you haven't had a regulator before, is just a spare washer. There should always be a washer there. On this end, that's the connection that goes to the gas bottle. So if you happen to lose that, it's on there, but it can come off. You've always got that spare. I've always left mine on the regulators. If you cut it off and put it in your toolbox, you might lose it or forget what it's for or something like that. So you don't really need to see this. It's a simple screw into there. I like to sort of leave it with the regulator sort of sitting back a little bit at the start. When I did my fitter machining trade, you'd be shot for using something like this if you didn't have or you'd be shot for using a shifter even. You have to use the right spinner. But anyway, in practice sometimes things are different. Try and hold that back a bit and give it a quick tie. You want to make sure it's snug, but you don't want to over tighten it. That's probably enough. Leak test. This gauge here, if I just turn on, see if I can hear any leaks. Well, I can't hear any out of this one, so that's better than the last one was doing. This tells you the pressure in the bottle. It's looking quite high on this gauge. Now, if you do store the bottle in the fridge, that will go down, maybe under 500 sometimes. It doesn't mean that your gas is running out. It's just when it's cold, it reads different. And once you see that shift though, if you start seeing that shift after a few weeks or months, that's when you know it's running out. This is the pressure for you have for your serving pressure. So if you screw this in there, you can slowly turn it up. This won't change like that if it's cold. And what I like to do if you're going to set a pressure on it is once you've set it, make sure it's not on the keg. Make sure it's closed though. These can leak, so just if you hear a hiss, then you push that button in and reseat it. That doesn't sound like it's leaking at the moment. Right, but now you've set that, you can either push that button in, but it's easier just to flick this a few times. And just make sure that goes back to the same spot. Every now and then, sometimes you can set it, and you pull that, and this will just shift a little bit. It's just the way the gas is working. It's just not sitting properly. So you just check it a few times. As long as it goes back to the same spot you want all the time, you're right to go. If not, you do it a quick adjust, and then just check it again. Don't do it when it's hooked up to the keg, because that can give you a false reading. Now you can do the bubble check, which I probably will. Some people use Star San or very soapy water. I'll do that quickly, and we'll see what happens, see if we've got any leaks anywhere. Alright, so you can try. I've got some very soapy water here. It is hard unless you've got a spray bottle to get it into the right spots, although that just went in the right spot. I can't see any bubbles. Some people will use star sand in a spray bottle or pour it over, and you'll know if there's a leak. You'll see it bubbling or anything. There's no bubbling there. You want to check this other one here that we just did up. No bubbling there. And we'll just have a look at these gauges. Don't wiggle them if you can avoid it. Just leave them be when you get it. But they're worth checking. There's no bubbling there. I'll double check this at the back. Nothing. Nothing. We should be fine. Should be fine. So it should work now. This is just a testing tap type thing I use for cleaning kegs, emptying kegs. I've served beer out of this with this tap. The beer line. And we'll just chuck a little bit of gas on top. A little touch. Now via the floating pickup tube with a little bit of star sand in the bottom, we should be right. There we go. Well, I could have put a little bit more gas on, but it's working. If you want to see a video on the floating pickup tube, I do have a separate video on that. I did a few years ago. When I got the regulator delivered, also got some cleaner and some other bits and pieces, as you do, save on postage. Everyone sees me use sodium bicarbonate a lot. I use it in tons of different videos and cleaning all sorts of things. But I've never got their Stellar Clean before, which is their powder brewery wash like PBW, but much cheaper. So that's what I'm using now, just to clean my counterflow chiller. I hadn't used a counterflow chiller for a few weeks, and I thought I'm going to use it today. So I thought I'd give it a clean with this. It's good stuff. I've relied on the pure sodium bicarbonate most of the time, but if there's oils or you've got a thick hop layer, or even sometimes your beer stone and things like that, this will help. But this stuff really needs to be rinsed, where it's not so important to rinse sodium bicarbonate. We could go into the science of things, but because this has got like surfactants or detergents or something in there, that's the reason why it's better with oils and things. You really want to rinse this, whereas sodium bicarbonate, it's not so important, and in the old days it used to be used for sanitizer, even though it says now on the bottles that it's not a sanitizer. Read up on it. It can be used as a sanitizer. It's a lot longer process and things. But anyway, we'll leave that anyway. That's an argument that goes on for years. I'll leave a link down the bottom where you can buy these through Kegland, and for the regulator as well. The powder brew wash is about $12, I think, from memory, and the sodium bicarbonate's about $10. I don't remember what the regulator is, but I'll leave a link down there. If you go and have a look, or you're thinking of buying, if you can please use my links, that lets Kegland know that you've come from watching my video, and in turn that helps out the channel, and any help I can get with this channel is much appreciated. I did get something else. I got one of those, are they called bow tie, like spunding valves, pop, which I'm not going to put together now on cam. I am going to use this in this brew. I'm just doing a quick ale in the Fermentosaurus first, test out how good this is, and then I'm going to do a nice clean lager in it using the Viking malt. I just want to make sure I get the hang of this first, because the old style spunding valves, if anyone's used them, these sort, they're really rubbish. I hate when you get a phone call and that your phone says spam, so it hangs up on it, but then you still get a message saying you've just missed a call. Why do they bother sending you a message if you've missed a spam call? back on track. If you use these, you know they are very, very touchy and not very accurate. You adjust them by this for the pressure when you're fermenting under pressure or whatever you're doing. And it only takes a little knock of this and it changes, and they're not good. And this was from Cheeky Peak. I'm not sure if the Kegland or Keg King ones, old ones, were exactly the same. By the pictures they looked the same. I had 2 of these from Cheeky Peak and they were rubbish. Now I'm not blaming Cheeky Peak for that, just if you wanted to know where I got these from. And I'm not sure if they're the same as the ones that Kegland had, or the same if Kegland had them, and the same as the ones that, you know, whoever else had them, Keg King, I don't know, but that's where I got these from. Apparently these new bow tie ones, I think they're called bow tie, blow tie, there you go. Looked like a bow tie. Are supposed to be much better. They have a more reliable gauge, and the setup's just a bit better. The valve which you use instead of this dodgy thing is much better to use apparently. Anyway, we'll see that when we get to it. This is all push fittings too, so it should go together in no time. Okay, I think that's it for this video. I'm going to have to delay my brew day till tomorrow, I think, but I'll get everything ready, and that's way easier to brew that way. Grain today, water's in the HL2 already and hot already, but anyway, everything clean, be ready to go. Alright, cheers. Phone.